Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Hodgkins Barado Arena here in Coleraine for tonight's Iron Range Conference and Section 7A matchup between the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears and the Greenway Raiders. Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So doing your play-by-play commentary for tonight is Randy, who's back from his Florida vacation. Randy, how's it going?
Well, good. It's good to be back here and back for more hockey after a week hiatus in the Sunshine State. A little warmer temperatures down there, obviously, last week, but ready to get back to work here this week with some games here this week.
Yep, we have a big matchup here tonight, Greenway Eveleth, and then Friday we're looking at Breck and Eveleth-Gilbert over at the Hippodrome, so should be a fun couple games here this week.
Yeah, couple games this week. Possibly stay tuned for our schedule. Possibly we'll have a game Saturday as well for you, but for sure we're going to have 2 games this week with the game here tonight. Obviously a huge game here tonight, Blake, Section 7A game. Greenway, Coleraine, and Eveleth-Gilbert here. Huge game for both teams. Because you start thinking about seedings as playoffs roll around, you look at Section 7A games. This is a huge game here tonight for both teams when you start thinking about the seedings in this section here.
Yeah, and both teams haven't really got a win against a quality team yet, a team above 500, so they're, of course, Greenway is below 500. They played very tough teams in Minnetonka and St. Cloud Cathedral. Eveleth-Gilbert has a record of 5-3, so it's a big game for both teams, and whoever comes out of this game with a win, it's going to be a huge one.
One thing that both the Golden Bears and the Raiders share in common, they both have Section 7A wins over Virginia Mountain Iron Beal. The Eveleth-Gilbert also has a sectional win, Section 7A win over International Falls. They have a Section 7A loss to Hermittown, and the Raiders with the Section 7A loss to Duluth-Denfeld. So all those games are huge as far as the seedings go here in the Section 7A, and whoever wins this one here tonight is going to be a big advantage for them going through the rest of the season here.
And some players to watch for both teams, of course, Ben Trombley, the St. Cloud State commit. So far he has 3 goals and 4 assists. Brock Trebojevic having a nice start to his season, 1 goal and 4 assists. Micah Jernander, 3 goals and 1 assist. And then, of course, the other St. Cloud State commit, Christian Miller, with 1 goal and 2 assists for the Raiders. And then looking at Eveleth-Gilbert, Elliot Van Orsdel has 10 goals and 11 assists so far. He's off to a pretty good start. Will Troutwine, 7 goals, 9 assists. Gage Everson with 1 goal and 10 assists. And Bryce Kopp with 3 goals and 7 assists. Some players to watch for both teams here tonight between Greenway and Eveleth-Gilbert. So the Zambonis on the ice to resurface here after warm-ups, and the teams will be back on the ice for the national anthem and starting lineups coming up here from Coleraine.
This morning, the hockey world lost a dear man that was from our neighboring community, Scott Flanders. In honor of Scott's memory, we ask that you join us in recognizing a moment of silence. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
It's hockey night here in Coleraine. The Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears and the Greenway Raiders.
Yeah, again, a huge Section 7A game here tonight. The winner holds a big advantage in 7A play here after this game, Blake.
Yep, this is the first game of the two-game series of the regular season. Usually they go off one of the games for the section play. So this is a big one here, the first game between Greenway and Eveleth-Gilbert. Should be a fun one, should be a great game, and I think it's gonna be a very physical game, and it's gonna be a close one, I think, too.
Of course, last year the Raiders winning both of the games against the Golden Bears, sweeping the series. Eveleth-Gilbert looking to change that tune this year to get their first victory against the Raiders game and meeting number 1 of the season.
Yeah, last year the two games against these two teams, Greenway dominated both games. They're both about 8-1 and 8-2 or so. So, Eveleth-Gilbert's looking to change that this year against Greenway.
Certainly the Golden Bears with that senior leadership. Lots of seniors on this team. Dominant upperclassmen class here, and the Golden Bears. The Raiders got some nice talent as well on their team. Namely Ben Trombley. And the stars out on the ice for the Raiders here tonight. And we're ready to get underway here. Van Orsdel and Trombley to get it going here. Miller controls it here. Miller flips it over to Jorgensen, sends it ahead to Trombley at center ice. Loses control, picked up by Van Orsdel, who had it for a moment. Back to Trombley. Trombley back to Miller. Miller brings it through center ice. Gets ridden off the play, but able to keep it going here. Miller with a drive right on. Shot on goal. Early shot on goal here by Miller. Back on the point. As Donahue puts a shot in on net. Or into the corner, rather. Trombley knocks it to Donahue. Gets it to Carlson. Back on the point. Shot in by Trebojevic. And Van Orsdel trying to race for that loose puck, and he'll get a shot off on net here. As the first shot for the Golden Bears from Van Orsdel. So early on here, just underway at the Hodgkins Barado Arena in Coleraine. Halliday out to take the draw against Jernander. And get the face-off here. Face-off controlled by the Vedette. Sends it over on the other side. Over to Nick Troutwine. Vekic trying to get it out here for the Raiders. Jorgensen gets it over to Trebojevic. Sends it to center. Trying to dump it back in was the Golden Bears here. Picked up here now. Jerander takes his player out. And Troutwine sends it in for the Raiders and knocked out by Trebojevic. Back to Nick Troutwine over to Badette. Badette now with it. Gets it over to Nick. Nick knocks it ahead through center ice. Picked up by Badette. Badette bringing it in here for the Golden Bears. Drives it into the corner as Jernander tries to pull away with it. And dumped in by the Golden Bears. Back to get it here is Jorgensen. Jorgensen, Miller picks it up here. Dumps it, trying to get it out to center to Trombley. Trombley gets back to Miller. Miller over to Donahue. Donahue through center ice. Donahue trying to get it over to Carlson. Couldn't get the pass off here as they're in offside.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Trail in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Trombley wins the draw and back to Trebojevic. Trebojevic dumps it in. Back to get it is Everson. Sends it ahead to the Golden Bears and into the Golden Bears zone. As picked up by Van Orsdell for a moment. Miller trying to dump it out here. Everson keeps it in. On the point. And a little backhander sent towards the net. By Meyer. Blocked in front as Trombley comes through center ice. Trombley trying to get it to Donahue on a long pass and couldn't complete. And in off and on the icing.
Tonight's game is also presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never miss a minute of the game.
And Troutwine trying to keep it in here for the Golden Bears. Troutwine works it through center, fires it into the corner and out of play. And we'll get a whistle, and face-off will be outside the blue line here. Jernander wins the draw here. Trebojevic gets it over to Jorgensen. Jorgensen moves it ahead. As the Golden Bears pick it up as Everson. Everson gets it over to Troutwine. Troutwine trying to get to center ice here. Dumped back in by Trebojevic. Everson has it now here for the Golden Bears. Long pass over to Troutwine. Vekic initially stopped that pass and fired in. And it's going to be a nice offside here. .13-14 left here, period number 1. 0-0 our score. Shots on goal so far, 2-1 in favor of the hometown Raiders. As Miller controls here, it's in there. Miller gets it to Donahue. Donahue bringing it in here. Donahue with it in the corner. Back to get it was Troutwine trying to get it out here, and Badette knocks it ahead. And picked up by Lind. Lind back in the lineup here again. Last few games he's been playing. Nice to see Brandon back in the lineup. Over to Troutwine and up on the corner, shot towards the net by Cooper Matson. And sent back in here by Badette. Logan right back to retrieve it. And Miller knocks it ahead. shot on by Bedette there. And here comes Carlson through. And now it's picked up by the Golden Bears. As Jernander takes a shot right on. Nice chance for Jernander there. Shot high on Noah Shuck, and he made the save. Bears quickly send it down. As Jernander gets in the corner, Van Orsdale takes it away. Van Orsdale still with it, and Jernander knocks it back ahead. Everson back on the point, trying to get a shot on. Jernander trying to send a shot up, a pass up to Vekic there. Couldn't complete it. As the Golden Bears trying to get it out here is Everson. Miller dumps it back in. Vekic picks it up here. Vekic to Trombley. Trombley trying to make a move. Nice defensive play by Will Troutwine there for the Golden Bears, Blake.
There hasn't been a very good flow to this game so far. You know, both teams trying to find their game. It's been, you know, back and forth through the neutral zone. So, you know, both teams just trying to find their game here in this game.
Trombley gets the control. Trombley takes a shot in there. Van Orsdale gets it away from the front of the net and tries to bring it out. Everson gets it over to Troutwine. Troutwine sending over in the corner. As Kopp brings it in here for the Golden Bears. Miller now with it, trying to get it out here. Troutwine sends it back in. Gets knocked off Trombley here. Back to Toroyevich. Toroyevich sends it in the corner, trying to get it out to center here. Sent back in by Everson. Toroyevich now with it. Gets it up to the Raiders, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play here.
Some other games going on tonight. Another big Section 7A game between Duluth-Denfeld and Hermantown down at Hermantown Arena. You know, obviously a big game there for seedings. And then the big rivalry matchup between Hill Murray and White Bear Lake down at Aldrich Arena. You know, that's always a fun one when those two teams meet up.
Yeah, lots of meetings between White Bear Lake and Hill Murray over the years, especially in the section finals. And sent out here is Golden Bears trying to get it in was Schlottick. Schlottick in the corner behind the net here, working with Miller. Schlottick, and puck is taken away by Jernander. And sent through center ice is Carlson. Carlson working it in here. Davidson trying to help out there. Schlottick gets it out here. Back to Troutwine. Troutwine with a shot right on. Trying to get a rebound in there on Logan there. Nice second effort by Nick Troutwine there. 9:40 left here, period number 1. 0-0 our score. Shots on goal are 4-3 in favor of the hometown Raiders. Brandon Lind to take the draw here against Trombley. And controlled here by Miller. Miller gets it through center ice. And dumped back in here by Bedette into the corner. And we get a whistle on the offside. So yeah, both teams kind of looking for their flow of the game here. Starting out. Lynn and Trombley back on it again. Here is Jorgensen, gets it over to Miller and sends it out to center, and Everson dumps it back in here for the Golden Bears. Jorgensen trying to get over to Donahue. Everson sends a shot, gets blocked down here. Donahue trying to get it out here. Loose puck at center, picked up by Donahue now. And Golden Bears have it again. As Lynn races in on Jorgensen, tries to steal it away here. Lynn now with it, dumps it to Matson in the corner here. Matson over the Lynn. And Trombley will bring it through center ice. Trombley skating in here. He's got Vekic here. Vekic moves in. Takes a shot, goes into the corner here. Trebojevic, a shot right on. Goes through the crease. Yeah, as the Golden Bears behind the net is Troutwine with it here. Troutwine moving it through center ice. Troutwine moving in by himself here. Shoots into the corner. Picks up that rebound in the corner, and as Jernander will get it. Carlson and Davidson. Back to Miller. Davidson now with it. Yeah, sent back in by Kopp. Back to get it is Trebojevic. Trebojevic sends it to center ice here. Is Badette. Badette now working it in here. Badette into Miller's equipment. Miller gets it down here. And get a whistle and a stoppage of play here.
Yeah, it's been a pretty sloppy first period here for both teams with 7:32 remaining here in the first period. You know, no team's really been able to, you know, set stuff up really in their offensive zones, and like I said, it's just been a sloppy period so far.
As no Meyer brings it through. Meyer to Van Orsdale. Shot right on. Save Logan Wright. Really good quality shot for Van Orsdale there. And sent back down the length of the ice by Donahue there, and it's going to be an icing.
Yeah, nice play there by Meyer coming in the zone and giving it over to Van Orsdale, and he put a nice shot on, so a good opportunity there for the Golden Bears there.
Yeah, really good opportunities for the Golden Bears there. Nice little shot. Logan Wright had to be ready for that one. As Kopp and Trombley to take the draw here. And Badette sends it into the corner here. Trebojevic trying to get back in there. Van Orsdale also. As Meyer now with it behind the net along with Trebojevic. Vekic. As Vekic will bring it out here through center ice. Vekic. Trombley trying to get to that loose puck is Van Orsdale. Trying to gulf it out of the air. There's Vekic getting it over to Trombley. Back to Miller. Miller puts a shot and up out of play. And it did hit a Golden Bear player, so the faceoff will be to the right of Noah Schuck.
Tonight's game was presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Everson gets it over to Troutwine. As Davidson, it comes out to center, is picked up by Jorgensen. Jorgensen now moves it ahead. Everson back to get it. Everson over to Troutwine. He backhands it out, trying to get out of the zone here. As Jernander picks up the loose puck. Jernander gets it back to Jorgensen, but he wasn't able to hold it in there. Just outside the line. We'll get a face-off.
Tonight's game is also presented by the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting.
Jernander knocks it back in here for the Raiders as Troutwine in the corner. It's Carlson and Troutwine. Will Troutwine brings it through, trying to get it through center ice here as Miller tips it back in. Troutwine will retrieve. And And Troutwine gets it ahead to Tassoni, and he sends it in. Miller behind the net now. Trbojevic over to Donahue. Donahue skates it over to Vekic. Vekic dumps it back in here as Everson. Dumps it around the corner as Halliday tips it through center ice. And get a whistle and stoppage of play here. 5:04 left here. Period number 1. 0-0 our score. Shots tied at 4 apiece. Some other big games we're watching here tonight. White Bear Lake and Hill Murray, obviously, and Hermantown, Duluth, Denfeld. Also another big game. That game being played in Hermantown here tonight. Donahue now with it. Donahue's trying to send it. Vekic trying to get to that loose puck. Loose puck in front. Trombley tries to make a play on it. Nice chance for the Raiders there. Noah Shuck had to make a couple quality saves there.
Yeah, he did. He's made some pretty good saves here so far. Only 5 shots, but they've had some good opportunities. And same with Logan Ray. I mean, both teams have had some very quality chances.
Trauma to take the draw against Lind here. Now Jernander sends it out of play. We'll do it again. So Golden Bears are going to change it up here. Kopp coming back out on the ice along with Van Orsdell and Koldmeyer. Trombley and Kopp to take the draw here. Vekic gets it over to Jorgensen. Sends it in the corner here. Is Trombley to Vekic. Back to Trbojevic. Sends it in the corner. As Jernander in there working along with against Nick Baudette, and Baudette gets it out here to Kopp. Kopp send it ahead to Van Orsdell. Van Orsdell driving in here. Meyer trying to keep it the play going here. As Vekic gets it over to Trbojevic. Sends it back in here, Jernander. Nick Troutwine back over to Baudette. Baudette over to Kopp. Kopp at center ice. Kopp gets dumped on the play. Is Trombley trying to get over to Jernander. Now Baudette has it. Baudette at center ice here. And back Kopp brings it back in for the Golden Bears, but they're in offside. So scoring chance taken away here for the Golden Bears on an offside. Lindo to take the draw against Carlson. Controlled by Troutwine and dumps it in. Jorgensen. Carlson driving in here for the Raiders. Davidson in there to help out in the corner. Everson though with it. Everson dumps it out here as Cooper Matson brings it through center ice. Cooper trying to make a move on Trbojevic. As puck is in the corner here, trying to maybe move it out of there. And Trbojevic comes away with it. Trbojevic gets it through center ice as Everson dumps it back in. Going to dump it back in here for the Golden Bears. Logan right back to retrieve it. Leaves it for Miller. Miller to Donahue. Up to Carlson. Carlson dumps it back in here. Chasing back in is Donahue. Donahue had the puck and Everson comes away with it here now. Everson get it over to Nick Troutwine. Nick sends it over and Jorgensen trying to back it back in here for the Raiders. And there's a Schlottick with a drive on goal. Nice chance for Tommy Schlottick.
If you haven't seen our Class A rankings yet, we just released them on Sunday night for this week. Warroad remains at number 1 in the rankings. Greenway did exit the top 10 after a kind of a shaky start for them, and then we welcome Gentry Academy for their first ever appearance in our Class A ranking.
And Nick Troutwine sends it in here. As Prokhornich and Miller. Miller comes away with it here now. Miller brings it through center. As Trombley trying to get to it. Jernander. Trebojevic over to Miller. Up to Vekic. Vekic over to Trombley. Oh, Jernander can't make the play there. Just the pass was just a little bit behind him there. Couldn't make a dazzling play there. Great chance for the Raiders. And Tassoni. So 1:36 left here in period number 1.
Another team that moved up in our Class A rankings, Duluth Denfeld, they move up to number 9 after their huge 4-1 victory over Greenway. So that was obviously a big victory for the Hunters.
As Miller brings it through center ice here. Miller, 1:30 left here, period number 1, 0-0 our score. Kopp gets it to Troutwine. Troutwine with it, sends it up here. Miller gets it back in and dumps it out of play. Yeah, some shuffling in our Class A poll this week, Blake. Of course, Gentry Academy, we welcome them to, like you said, we welcome them to the poll for the first time in our rankings. First time ever appearance there. And, you know, again, we've got Hermantown number 2 and Warroad number 1. Also, Youth Hockey Hub this week, their rankings came out, and they have Warroad 1 and Hermantown 2 as well. And Everson, got a minute left here in period number 1 here. Everson now with it, brings it through center ice for the Golden Bears. Everson driving it in over the top of the net. Up out of play. So you're even on the scoreboard at 0 apiece, and we've got 5 shots for the Raiders and 5 shots for the Golden Bears in this huge Section 7A class matchup here. Vekic now comes through. Vekic driving in for the Raiders. Vekic trying to get it over here is Badet. Sends it through center, and that's going to be an icing as it didn't touch any players through.
Another whistle there, another icing. You know, both teams haven't been able to connect on very many passes, and you know, going into the second period, I don't think both teams can really be happy with how they've played how they've played in this first period.
Yeah, going to look to improve. Both teams will look to improve here in the second period of play. As Van Orsdel to take it against Vekic. Back to Miller. Miller with a drive on. Gets knocked out of play off of Van Orsdel's skate, maybe? No, I think they're going to say it was off of Vekic's skate there, rather. So face-off will be outside the blue line. 33 seconds left here, period number 1. Trebojevic here now. Trebojevic sends it back into the corner. Here's Badet. Badet gets it over. Trying to get it out was Troutwine. As Vekic with a chance down low there. Nice chance for Vekic there. And that is Shuck making a save there on that play.
Adam F. is once again joining us here today. He's out ice fishing on Trout Lake right here in Coleraine.
Oh, Vekic scores! Huge goal for the Raiders off that faceoff. And he knocks that one in here to give the Raiders the 1-0 lead here late in this first period of play.
Yep, they get that goal with only 15 seconds remaining here in the first period. So huge goal going into the second period for the Raiders.
See if we can get the assist on that goal here. Mitchell Vekic getting the Raiders on the board first in this huge game.
Yeah, very nice shot by Vekic. Put it in the right corner. Nice goal for the Raiders.
Jernander and Trombley on the assist at 16:45. Late in that period. Huge goal for the Raiders there, Blake.
Yeah, and Golden Bears can't be happy about that. There was only 15 seconds remaining in the first period. They wanted to get out of this period, tied at 0 apiece. But the Raiders get that huge goal, and that's a huge goal for Greenway going into the second period.
Yeah, so a big goal there for the Raiders, and that is all our scoring for the period. Blake will recap our scoring here, period number 1.
So yeah, scoring that goal at the 60-45 mark of the first period was number 4, Mitchell Vekic. The assist went to number 17, Micah Jernander, and number 8, Ben Trombley. Once again, that was with 15 seconds remaining here in the first period. 1 goal in the first period. That's it. It's 1-0 Greenway after 1 period of play.
Yeah, and the goaltender saves here in period number 1. Logan Wright for the Raiders, he had 5 saves. And Noah Shuck for the Golden Bears, he had 5 saves also.
Yeah, not a lot of shots here in the first period. I would expect both teams to come out here in the second period after they've gotten their feet wet a little bit here in this first period. I expect both teams to come out here and play a lot harder and create a lot more chances here in the second period.
Yeah, it should be a fun second period coming up here. Looking forward to that, obviously. Hopefully, got lots more goals here left in this hockey game, and there are at least 2 periods to play here in Coleraine.
And before we go on our intermission break, tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rick Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rick Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rick Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So we'll be back for second period action coming up after this quick resurface. Once again, it's the Greenway Raiders 1 and the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears 0. We'll be back, everyone, from Coleraine. Welcome back, everyone. The teams are back on the ice for second period action. The Greenway Raiders leading the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears 1-0. Over in Hermantown, Duluth-Denfeld and Hermantown, looks like they're still scoreless in that game, so we'll keep an eye on that one and update you throughout the game. And then just getting underway down at Aldrich Arena, White Bear Lake and Hill Murray. Huge Section 4AA game between those two rivals.
So second period getting ready to get underway here. Trombley and Van Orsdale take the draw here. Trombley wins the draw back to Miller. Miller gets ahead to Vekic, picked up by Trombley. Trombley working in the zone, trying to get through to the center here. And the Golden Bears trying to get out here as Miller sends it back into the corner. Real trout line trying to pick it up here. As brought out here by Meyer. Meyer trying to get over to Kopp on the other side. Can't complete the pass as Vekic sends it out of the zone here. Trombley, or Troutwine rather. And loose puck. Picked up now by Jorgensen. Everson intercepts. As Meyer works it back in for the Golden Bears. As Kopp trying to make a play here. Jorgensen brings it through center. Dumps it in. On the wrong side of center, so there'll be an icing here. Just underway here, period number 2. The Raiders hold a 1-0 lead on a Mitchell Vekic goal with 15 seconds left here in period number 1. Jernander and Trombley in on the assist. As sent in, Schlottek trying to send a shot in here. As Budette, and this is Trebojevic gets ahead to Davidson. Donahue in there, and the shot on by Davidson here. Noah Schuck making the save here. Out of the corner there. So Carlson and Halliday. Donahue with it. Back to Trebojevic, sends it in the corner. Nick Troutwine behind the net. Nick gets it ahead. And dump back in to Trebojevic. Nice little tip play there, Donahue. Trying to tip one past Noah Schuck to make it 2-0 here. As the Golden Bears come back in here. Sent out by the Raiders. Back to get it is Nick Troutwine. Nick with it, works behind the net here, gets it to Badette. Badette moves it back into the Raiders zone. Badette and picked up here now by Trombley now with Trombley moving it through center ice. Trombley moving it in. Working against Nick Troutwine. And Halliday now with it in the corner, sends it out through center ice. Back to get his to Logan Wright, sends it up to Jorgensen. Jorgensen moves it to the Vekic. Vekic over to Trombley. Has Jernander with him. Over to Jernander, shot right on! Nice chance for the Raiders there. Jernander again, back to Vekic. Trying to get something going here. Jorgensen. Back to Trombley. Back to Jorgensen. Shot right on. Tipped in front by Jernander. Nice chance for the Raiders there.
Yeah, they had like 3 chances there, and we're 2 minutes into this period. They're coming out hard in this period. The Raiders are, and they had a lot of chances there.
Yeah, at least 3 good chances there. Some nice tic-toe passes here for the Raiders as well. As it just went on a play and outside of the blue line here. Controlled by Everson, gets it over to Will Troutwine. Troutwine brings it to center, throws it in on net on Logan Wright. And he gloves it aside. So this is underway here, period number 2. 14:09 left here, period number 2. The Raiders with a 1-0 lead in a huge Section 7A game. Trombley with it here against Lind. Trombley wins that draw. Back to Miller. Miller over to Vekic. Vekic trying to get over here. Is Pokernich trying to get it here for the Golden Bears as Matson trying to get over to Lind. Pokernich trying to send it here. Matson dumps it ahead. Vekic recovers. Vekic brings it back in. Shot goes wide of the net. Trombley now controlling here. Loose puck. Top tip back in as the goal comes up to center. Here's Miller who's going to get it. Miller dumps it back in on the backhand. Back to get it behind the net is Everson. Everson trying to send it up to Matson there, and he tips it in. Back Trebojevic over to Davidson. Head to Carlson. Jorgensen now working it back in. Jorgensen shot on net. Will Troutwine picks up that loose puck. Gets up to Everson. Everson gets it over to center to Meyer. Meyer bringing it in for the Golden Bears. Gets ridden off the play. Miller recovers here. Miller and Everson with a shot right on Logan Wright. Nice chance for Everson there to get the Golden Bears even in this game again. Everson sends a shot off Davidson's stick. And behind the net. Now picked up by Kopp. Kopp now with it. Back to Everson. Everson back over to Troutwine on the other side. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play here.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twitch Drill and Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
So 12:27 left here, period number 2. 1-0 in favor of the hometown Raiders. Van Orsdale to take the draw against Trombley. And Trombley gets it back to his Miller. Miller bringing it out here for the Raiders. Miller gets it to Trombley at center ice. Trombley brings it in, dumps it in. Behind the net is Troutwine trying to get over that loose puck here. Trombley in the corner, comes away with it. Trombley trying to make a move out of the corner. Vekic with a drive on net. Chance there. Trombley gets it again over to Jernander. Back to Miller. Miller, drive on net. Shot. Save. No shock. Jernander. As Miller keeps it in here for the Raiders. Keeps this play going here. Jernander over to Vekic. Nick Troutwine trying to send it out here. As Meyer sends it through center ice. Meyer trying to get over to Kopp. Can't get it here as loose puck and picked up by Van Orsdale. And Badette sends it wide of the net. And back behind the net is Trombley. Trombley gets it over to Vekic. Penalty coming up here against the Golden Bears. Our first penalty of the game. The Raiders will be going on the power play here. Miller. And puck touched by the Golden Bears here. And our first penalty of the game coming up here. And that's going to be a power play for the Raiders.
Tonight's game is also presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
So Bryce Kopp going off for the Golden Bears on an interference call. And out to take the draw on this power play for the Raiders is Carlson. Everson dumps it around here. Held in by, not held in, but dumps around the length of the ice here. Logan Wright gets it to Donahue. Donahue trying to get over to Trebojevic. And picked up by Carlson. Back to Trebojevic. Trebojevic over to Donahue. Donahue gets it back to Carlson. Carlson through center. Carlson driving in here. Trying to get over on the other side. A pass over to Thonis. Jorgensen keeps it in here as Will Troutwine will bring it out here for the Raiders. And now Carlson gets it up Thonis. Thonis drives it in for the Warriors. Thonis gets a pass over to Carlson with a shot on and another save for Noah Shuck. As Jordander gets it over to Miller. Back to Jorgensen. Up to Carlson. Back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen to Carlson. Back to Jorgensen. Shot on. Loose puck in front. Jordander! And a save! It's a shot right on by Jordander on Noah Shuck. Great save for Noah Shuck there on that power play there.
Yeah, good job by the Raiders setting that up there. Huge chance there for Jordander, but like you said, a nice save by Noah Shuck as well.
So 43 seconds left here on that Raiders power play. And Trombley and Meyer. I'll have to take the draw here. Miller to Trombley. Back to Miller. To Trebojevic. To Jordander. And Nick Troutwine sending it through center as Miller will pick it up. Miller picks it up, gets it to Trombley. Trombley moving in! Shot right on. Nice chance for the Raiders there. Trombley trying to weave through those defenders and try to get a shot, maybe set up a little screen even on the, he saw the defenders out front there.
Ever since the Raiders scored that goal to end of the first period, they've been flying here in the second period. You know, they've been putting a lot of chances on, and they've looked really good here so far in this period.
And Van Orsdale brings it in shorthanded. Van Orsdale drive into the corner as Meyer trying to keep it in there as the Raiders come back out. Here's Trombley. Trombley now with it. Miller back to Trombley as Badette gets it ahead of Van Orsdale. Skates in all alone. Van Orsdale goes to the backhand. Sends it into the corner. Great chance for the Golden Bears as the penalty was expiring. As this is Kopp trying to make a play on Miller. Miller gets it to Vekic out to center. Kopp will bring it in and he gets hauled down. And the Golden Bears will go on their first power play of the game. As Micah Jordander is going to be coming off for the Raiders. And that's 2 minutes for a trip.
Yeah, big chance here for the Golden Bears to set something up and, you know, try to find their game. They've been pretty flat in this period as well, just like the first period. So it's a good chance to set something up and try to tie this game up at 1.
Yeah, certainly a huge opportunity here. Slottick is going to take the out for the Golden Bears, along with Halliday. Halliday is going to take the draw here against Carlson. And Carlson to Sony, keeps it in here as Halliday. Halliday working it in the corner on this power play unit here. Everson holds it in, gets it over to Nick Troutwine, drives in, shot on. Nice save, Logan Wright. Nice little wrister from Nick Troutwine there. Nick has really impressed me for the Bears in the 2 games that I've seen the Bears play. Blake, I've really been impressed with Nick Troutwine.
Yeah, sophomore defenseman for the Golden Bears, and he's looked really solid on the blue line.
And
for the
this
Golden
is Nick
Bears.
Troutwine, moves in. Oh, nice chances. Tazzoni was out front there too, and Bears just couldn't capitalize there. Logan Wright, couple good saves there on that last shift. And back is Everson, gets it to Van Orsdale. Van Orsdale driving it in. Everson trying to get to that loose puck here as Trebojevic picks it up, sends it through center. Will Troutwine back to get it here for the Golden Bears. Troutwine moves it around the back of the net, gets it out to center and up the length of the ice, and that's an icing. Something that coaches don't want to see happen is on the power play get an icing, but sometimes that happens. You're trying to set up a play and trying to get a forward out high there and try to get an odd man situation. Get yourself an extra chance on that power play. And Troutwine to take the draw against Trombley. Two of the top premier state players in the state. Trombley and Will Troutwine. Yes, Will Troutwine behind the net here. As in to get it was And Kopp trying to get it through center. Van Orsdel picks up that loose puck. Van Orsdel driving in. Van Orsdel trying to make a move around Miller. Miller takes it away from him. Now Van Orsdel will get that loose puck back. Van Orsdel trying to wheel around the zone. 33 seconds less than the power play for the Golden Bears here. As Kopp has it. Van Orsdel behind the net here. Van Orsdel trying to wrap it around. And a chance right on Logan right there. So 7:05 left here, period number 2. 1-0 still in favor of the Raiders over the Bears. Kopp is going to take the draw against Carlson. And Everson. Everson sends it right in on Logan Wright. Van Orsdel right in front of the net trying to get that loose puck here, Blake.
Yep, Golden Bears starting to play a little better here on this power play, and they look to continue that for the rest of this period.
Carlson and Kopp will take the draw here. Carlson gets it as Donahue. Sends it in the corner. Donahue down with it. Back to Everson on the point here now. Everson to Van Orsdel. Trying to get it ahead to Kopp there. And the Raiders have killed off that penalty kill successfully. As Jernander will pick it up here. Jernander sends a loose puck in as Will Trotwine will get it. Bekic trying to knock it away from him here. Trotwine here. Gets it to Badet. Jorgensen back to Trebojevic. Trebojevic back to Vekic. Up to Trombley. Trombley has Jernander on the other side. Trombley is taken away by Troutwine. Back to get his Trebojevic. And now Jernander sends it, trying to send it ahead to Trombley. As back to get it is Trebojevic. Loose puck in the corner and kind of takes a weird bounce. Logan Wright will cover that one up. So we'll see now after this power play, the Golden Bears, we'll see if this stronger play continues here in period number 2, Blake.
Yeah, they got to get that goal. They would like to get it here in the second period if they could.
Everson keeps trying to keep it in here as Trombley comes away with it. Trombley gets it over to Jernander. Bekic back to Trebojevic. Trebojevic sends it into the corner. Trombley's going to get that loose puck here to Jernander. As Everson trying to get it out here. Trebojevic sends it back in towards net. Weird bouncing puck in front. But Nick Troutwine sends it out here, trying to send it out here for the Bears. Bekic over to Miller. Miller with a drive over the top of the net here. So 5:19 left here, period number 2. 1-0 for of Greenway.
Nice hard shot there by Miller. It got deflected by one of the players out front, but he's been doing that all game. He's been putting on nice hard shots from the point.
13-9 shots on goal. Favor the Raiders. As Carlson and the Tassoni now with it. Gets it to Nick Troutwine. Nick brings it through center here as Carlson takes it away. Carlson and Badet stops it here. And sent back in by Halliday. Miller now with it. Miller gets it as loose puck and can't see it in that far corner. That half wall inside the Raiders zone. It's coming away with us Donahue now. Donahue now with it, and Schlottick brings it through center ice. Schlottick brings it backhand into the Raiders zone. And Nick Troutwine. Jorgensen got dumped there, no call. Nick Troutwine here now with it. Nick sends it back in as Halliday tips it back in. Yeah, it's Miller now with it here. And Tassoni lost his stick as goes up and out of play.
Tonight's game is presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting.
Trombley to take the draw against Meyer. Here a face-off coming to the right side of Logan Wright. And 1-0 our score. Greenway over Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears here in period number 1. Or period number 2 rather. As Trombley, Troutwine sends it back in here. And now Vekic gets it over to Trebojevic. Back to Vekic. And loose puck picked up by Van Orsdel. Dumps it back in. Yeah, it's Miller back to get it here. Miller now with it. Miller and Van Orsdel. And Cole Meyer in there. Trombley comes away with it. Back to Vekic. Vekic. Shot right on. Nice glove save for Logan Wright. Noah Shuck there.
Yeah, nice glove save there. It looked like it might have went wide, but either way, he was ready for that shot, and he made the save.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit wide of the net there, but great opportunity by the Raiders. But again, solid stop by Noah Shuck. Vekic and Jorgensen will have to greet and send it back in here as Meyer. And the Golden Bears are offside there.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
All right. So we got 3:21 left here, period number 2. Greenway 1, Eveleth-Gilbert 0 in this huge Section 7A matchup. As Trombley brings it in here. Nick Troutwine. And Trombley trying to make a play here. To Vekic. Back to the point to Trebojevic. Trebojevic tips it in and out of play here. And off a Golden Bears player, so it will remain in the Bears zone. Face off to the left of Noah Shuck. Trombley will take the draw for the Raiders.
An update from Aldrich Arena. White Bear Lake has the lead over Hill Murray, 1-0 after 1 period of play.
Trebojevic shot right on. Loose puck picked up here, this Gold Bears Pockernich sends it out to Lind. Oh, great opportunity as Levander was planted out front of the net there. Jernander back the other way. Jernander with a drive on. Gets through behind Shuck, but back in the corner. Trebojevic back up to Jorgensen. Jorgensen sends it to the corner. Jorgensen to Carlson. Or to Donahue, rather. And that is sent back in by Prokranich. As Davidson had it for a moment, the Bears send it out and dumped out by Levander. Davidson now with it. Davidson gets a Carlson over to Donahue. Back to Davidson. Davidson with a shot wide of the net here. Donahue picks up that loose puck in the corner here. Nick Troutwine back into the chase it there, and Cooper Madsen brings it out here for the Golden Bears. Cooper Madsen brings it in for the into the Raiders zone. Madsen now with it. Centering pass right out front for great chance for Alex Haas.
This period has been a lot faster, a lot more chances. It's funny, we were just talking about after the first period, we were talking about how the first period was really slow and sloppy. This period's been a lot different here for both teams, Eveleth-Gilbert and Greenway.
Yeah, definitely both teams picked up their play here in the second period of play. And we could, the score stay the same through the second period here. We're going to be in for a good one here, third period. And here Vekic. Vekic now with it. Vekic in the corner. Vekic back to Miller. Miller with a drive right on. And again, no Shuck, another save, Blake. No rebound there. That's been huge here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the key for a goaltender. It's all about the initial shot, and he's been controlling the rebounds pretty good here so far tonight.
Not giving the Raiders those second, third chances here. Vekic out to take the draw against Van Orsdel. Minute 16 left here, period number 2. And Van Orsdel wins that draw here to Troutwine. Troutwine trying to get it ahead to Meyer and sent in as Miller back to get it here to Trbojevic. Trbojevic gets it, and Jernander up to Vekic. Vekic to Trombley. Trombley's got one player to beat. Trombley, Miller behind him with a shot on, goes wide of the net. Great chance for the Raiders late in the period again. As Jernander. Here's Kopp. Gets it to Will Troutwine. Will sends it, trying to get over to Van Orsdel. Logan right back to play. Here is Miller, who's going to pick up that loose puck. Gets it over to Jernander. Back to dumped back in by Everson. Logan Wright touches it, and we got an icing call here. So Everson and Troutwine pleading their case for the referee there. Van Orsdel and Troutwine to take the draw here. Or Van Orsdel and Trombley, rather. Boy, I'm off on these numbers here tonight. Week in Florida, I think, has got my mind still on sunshine. Trombley behind the net here now. As Kopp brings it through center ice. Kopp through center and back into the Raiders zone. Gets ridden off the play by Jorgensen. And loose puck down low. Chance for the Bears there. Late in the period. Kind of a weird angle shot came out of the corner. Logan Wright had to be sharp on that one. So 4 seconds left here, period number 2. Van Orsdel and Trombley all to take the draws for their respective teams. Everson. Oh, nice little tip play by Van Orsdel. Late in the period here. That could have had 2 late goals here. A late goal in the first period and a late goal here that time for the Golden Bears to tie it at 1 here.
Yeah, that was a nice tip by Van Orsdel, I believe. Everson put the shot on, and that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do when you face good goaltenders, is to change the direction of the shot, and that almost went in. It went just wide of the net.
Yeah, both goaltenders playing solid here in the net for each team. Noah Shuck through 2 periods of play. Noah Shuck has 16 saves for the Golden Bears and 11 saves for Logan Wright of the Greenway Raiders here. So again, no scoring here in period number 2, Blake.
Yep, just the lone goal from the first period. So we should have a great period for the third period. Both teams are playing a lot better here in the second period, and they're going to come out hard for the third period, and it should be a good one. So before we go on break here, we're from our sponsor, Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So, we'll be back for the final period of play coming up here from Coleraine. It's the Raiders 1, the Golden Bears 0. Welcome back to the Snake Pit here in Coleraine. We're just about ready for third period action. The Raiders lead the Golden Bears 1-0. Another Section 7A score after 1 period of play. It's the Hermantown Hawks 2, the Duluth-Denfeld Hunters 0.
All right, so we have at least 17 minutes of play left here and at the Snake Pit in Coleraine. It's been a good one here tonight, 1-0. 1 goal, Mitchell Vekic, first period, back at 15 seconds left here in the period, 16:45. Mitchell Vekic, assist from Jernander, and second assist to Ben Trombley. Now sent in by the Golden Bears here as we start period number 3. Trombley brings it, trying to get it over to Vekic, and Jorgensen hits it to Van Orsdale. Van Orsdale now back over to Everson, back to Trombley. To Everson, sends it back behind the net here. Miller now with it here. Miller to Vekic. Vekic gets it to Trombley. Trombley through center ice. Trombley skating in, can't keep it going there. Might have lost an edge or something on the play, but offside on the play. Thank you again for all of our watchers here on our live stream here tonight. We appreciate you joining our coverage. And again, we thank our sponsors, Minnesota Twist Grill and the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, for their season-long commitment to Up North hockey. To Sony, as Carlson, as Nick Troutwine gets it up to Schlottick. Picked up by Trebojevic now. Trebojevic has Carlson. Trebojevic drives in, shot! Loose puck picked up by... Nice chance in front by Davidson. And the Golden Bears quickly send it down. Great opportunity for Derek Davidson of the Raiders. Put them up 2-0 here, Blake.
Yeah, big chance there. You know, the puck was just sitting there waiting for someone to try to knock it in. They tried, and Noah Shuck made a nice save there.
Yeah, getting Noah Shuck playing solid between the pipes here for the Golden Bears here tonight. As Trombley will take the draw against Lind. And now Trebojevic. Trebojevic tips it in, and Jernander tries to deflect it towards the net here. Badette trying to get loose puck here. Trombley as picked up now by the Golden Bears and set that by Pokranic. Back to get her is Miller. Miller skating behind the net to Trombley. Trombley head to Jernander. Jernander with a drive right on. Noah Shuck save. As Trombley crashes into the net.
Yeah, it looks like there might be something wrong with Trombley's skate. He's been falling down a couple times here, kind of tripping over his skates here in this period.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just kind of lost an edge there or what happened here, but we'll see what happens. Looks like Trombley's going to go to the bench here. Carlson will take the draw for the Raiders. As Troutwine gets it over to Everson. Jorgensen trying to keep it in there. Jorgensen at center. Jorgensen dumps it back in. Will Troutwine will pick it up behind the net here. Will sends it ahead to Pokranic. And Will Troutwine gets it over. As Matson brings it in here, it's sent on net by Everson. And an offside on the play.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Sorry, that was not an offside. Face off to the left of Logan right here. As Vekic and Everson keeps it in here for the Bears. Jernander. And loose puck picked up by Van Orsdale with a drive on net. Another chance for Van Orsdale. He's had a couple good shots. Nice little wrister sent in, and Logan makes a good save there. 13 saves for Logan Wright here in this hockey game. And Jernander as Trebojevic working in there, loose puck, and Van Orsdale along with Meyer. Trombley comes away with it. Trombley to Vekic. Vekic driving it in here. Vekic getting worked off the play by Everson. As Miller sends it in. Miller over the top of the net. And puck out of play.
Tonight's game is also presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
Here's Meyer, sends it in for the Bears. Miller now with it behind the net. Gets it to Vekic, to Trombley. Loses the puck as Miller gets it to Vekic. As Will Troutwine picks it up here, gets it over to Kopp. Miller will intercept. Everson to Van Orsdale. Trombley takes it away here. Trombley now with it. Vekic in the corner, controls to Trombley. Back to Miller. Miller with a drive on, save Shuck. Big, huge rebound. The Bears able to come away with it. Miller sends it back in for the Raiders. Will behind the net here. Sends it through center and trying to Kopp tips it in for the Bears. Back by the net. Halliday back there, but nobody to help him out for the Bears. As this is Troutwine. And gets it to Haas. Haas moving in for the Golden Bears. Haas trying to make a play. And this Halliday is going to come off the ice. He got injured on the play here. Davidson back to Carlson. Carlson drives in. Can't keep the play going there. Jorgensen back to Trebojevic. Trebojevic sends it in to Carlson. Tips it in. Here's Badette. Badette now with it. Gets it through center as Trebojevic will pick it up. Trebojevic works it into Trombley. As Vekic to Trombley. Trombley now has it behind the net. Trombley making a play behind the net. Good play. Back to the point to Jorgensen. Back to Trebojevic. Trebojevic shot. Goal! Brock Trebojevic. Huge upper shelf goal for Brock.
Wow, what a shot there from the point by Trebojevic. Nice slap shot that went in the top shelf. Wow, what a goal there.
12:03 left here in period number 3. The Raiders now lead 2-0 on the goal from Brock Trebojevic. He's really impressed me for the Raiders as well this year, Blake. Okay, so that goal reads Trebojevic from Jorgensen and Trombley to make it 2-0 for the Raiders.
Yeah, before that goal, Greenway was really moving the puck well, and they got it over to Trebojevic, and he put a really nice shot on upper shelf. Raiders lead 2-0 now.
Here over to Miller. Miller driving it in here. And this is Davidson to Donahue. Donahue behind the net now, trying to keep this play going here. Donahue to Carlson. As Will Troutwine will bring it out here. As Lynn trying to dump it through center. And And we get a whistle and stoppage of play. Face-off will be inside the Golden Bear zone.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
And Trombley and Van Orsdale. Is Will Troutwine here now. Will sends it here. Jorgensen tips it back in here. Jorgensen shot on. Noah Shuck save. A nice little backhander by Jorgensen there. Trombley out to take the draw against Van Orsdale. Miller to Vekic. Back to Miller. As Will Troutwine behind the net now. Gets it ahead to Kopp. Kopp brings it in for the Golden Bears. Golden Bears need to get a goal here. Everson to Van Orsdale. Now Trombley back to Kopp. Kopp with a drive on. Loose puck picked up in front. Great chance for Meyer there. Logan Wright needed to make a solid save there, and he did.
Some extracurricular activities going on behind the net there. You know, the frustration's really setting in for the Golden Bears. I mean, they've had a lot of chances here tonight, and they still haven't been able to get one past Logan Wright.
Yeah, great opportunity there for the Golden Bears to get within one here. 10:48 left here, period number 3. Greenway Raiders 2, Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears 0. As Carlson and Van Orsdale are going to get dropped out here as Meyer and Donahue take the draw here. Back to get it is Nick Troutwine. Nick gets it trying to get it to Van Orsdale and sends it through as Jorgensen back to get it for the Raiders. Jorgensen now gets it over to Davidson. Stolen away here by Kopp. Kopp can't make a play on it here. It's back as Nick Troutwine sends it in. And Van Orsdale. As Badette has to get to center. Nick Troutwine. Up to Kopp. Davidson. Jorgensen. Sends it ahead to Trombley, and Trombley's going to get off the wall. Trombley shot! Oh, nice chance for the Raiders there. Here's Vekic, another chance. Backhander by Jernander. Wide of the net there. Raiders putting on some more pressure here. Vekic trying to get his second goal of the night. Great golden opportunity there. Here's Schlottick. Schlottick works behind Miller. Schlottick has it. Schlottick over to Sony. Back to Everson. To Troutwine. Troutwine with a drive on. Kick save by Logan Wright. As Vekic gets ridden off the play here, Troutwine has it. Troutwine to Sony. Sony backs in as Schlottick sends it back in the corner. Miller now with it here. Miller gets it to Jernander. Back to Everson. Everson with a drive on. Goes wide of the net. Here's Schlottick with a chance down low. Miller takes his player out. And we get a whistle on that play. Schlottick with a chance for the Bears to put them within one here.
An update from Aldrich Arena. It's still 1-0 White Bear Lake over Hill Murray after 2 periods of play. So looks like a tight battle between the Pioneers and the Bears.
Yeah, the Pioneers, Bears locked up in that tough battle. Will the Pioneers able to keep their winning streak going here on the season? As no, it is Trbojevic over to Jorgensen. Jorgensen comes through center. And picked up by Carlson. Donahue now sends it back in on Shuck. Save. Will Troutwine. Get it through center. Here comes Madsen. Madsen moving in. Shot wide of the net. As Matson will get it. Jorgensen. Trying to get it to Donahue here. Sent back in by Everson. Logan out to play the puck here. Trebojevic. Trebojevic over to Jorgensen. Back over to Trebojevic. Trebojevic to Donahue. Everson now back to get it here for the Golden Bears. Everson to Van Orsdel. He tips it into the zone. Trebojevic now. Over to Miller. Back to Vekic. Vekic through center to Jernander. Jernander driving in here is Trombley. Loose puck picked up by Troutwine. Sends it in the corner here. Miller controls. Miller with a shot right on. Nice little wrister from the point. And Noah Schuck needs to make another good save here, Blake.
Tonight's game is presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting.
Trombley, and it is Van Orsdel. And this is Jorgensen. Jorgensen to Trombley. Trombley makes a move on Bedette. Trombley drives in! Nice chance here as Raiders move in here. Van Orsdel now. Odd man rush here. Van Orsdel. 3-on-1. Van Orsdel tries! Oh, they can't keep it going. Van Orsdel recovers that loose puck though. As Vekic gets it to Trombley. Trombley back through the other way. Trombley moving in. Splits it in, gets through, and Noah Schuck, another nice save on Trombley's wicked wrister there. And this is Van Orsdel driving the other end. And another save, Logan Wright. His 17th, 18th save of the game here. So back and forth action here, Blake.
Yeah, at first we had a 3-on-1 odd man rush for the Golden Bears. Big chance there, saved by Logan Wright. That Ben Trombley made just a very nice move. Crafty play by Trombley, and Schuck was there for the save, and then we had another chance here, and Wright was there for the save as well.
Donahue now brings it through center ice here. Donahue, Davidson to Carlson. Carlson now with it, wheeling around. Carlson to Davidson. Davidson shot gets blocked down by Troutwine. Carlson shot on net, and Noah Schuck save. Little extracurricular pushing going on here as we get some holiday greetings being exchanged by both teams.
Yep, with Christmas under a week away here, well, about a week from Wednesday, some holiday greetings between the two teams. But frustration starting to settle in here for the Golden Bears. Only 6:34 remaining here in this third period. Raiders lead 2-0.
Yeah, they've had Golden Bears have had some chances here in the second and third period. So far, the Raiders have the advantage on the scoreboard, 2-0 here. Golden Bears desperately need a goal here to get within one to make the last 6 minutes and change an interesting period. We get a coincidental minors here coming up on both teams. So it'll be 5-on-5 here. And Troutwine sends it through, and Miller gets a Trombley. Trombley and Lind will have it for the Bears. Lind over to Troutwine. Troutwine bringing it through center. Troutwine drives in and sent into the corner by Hunter Levander. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play here. It's Miller and Lind. It's a pushing here, and we'll get a penalty. Miller is going to go off for a penalty here. Roughing penalty, so that's going to put the Golden Bears on a power play here, Blake.
Yeah, big power play here too. Still a lot of time left, 6:10 remaining. If they can get one in this 2-minute power play, they'll be within one, which would be big for the Golden Bears.
So the Golden Bears are going to have Van Orsdel out there. Badette. Kopp. Will Troutwine and Gabe Jeverson. Out there for the Golden Bears on this power play unit number 1 here. Trombley will take the draw here for the Raiders. And Troutwine sends a shot into the corner here. Vekic trying to get it out here is Everson. Keeps it in. Badette moves it right. No shot! Loose puck behind the net there. Or behind the crease actually. And knocked out of there. As the Raiders come back here. Trombley tips it back in. As Will sends it up to Van Orsdale. Leaves it to Will Troutwine. Will brings it in. Will shot right on. Logan Wright. Save. Another save by Logan. His 21st save of the game.
Nothing has gone Eveleth-Gilbert's way here tonight. I would say the scoring chances have been about equal. We just saw right there the puck trickled down Logan Wright's leg, and it could have gone either way, but went to the left of the net and wide.
And this is Carlson to Vekic. Vekic in on shorthanded here. Vekic shot right on. Here's Trombley with a drive right on. Nice save by Noah Shuck, and Trombley putting that chance in on this penalty kill here. Trombley now moving it the other way. Trombley has Vekic. Trombley skating around here. Brings it out to center. It's taken away with Van Orsdale. He loses on the edge. Oh, a huge chance, and then gets batted out of the air by Kopp. But we get a whistle and a stoppage of play here. Van Orsdale lost an edge there. Wow. Either he lost an edge or he got hauled down. I'm not sure on the play.
It looked like he might have got tripped. The refs were right there, so maybe Van Orsdale lost an edge or something. Looks like they're discussing it right now, so we'll see what they decide here on this play.
They might be discussing a penalty shot. I'm not sure. This is interesting. Referees having a discussion. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But golden opportunity for the Golden Bears to get within 1 here. No. Blake is going back on the replay here, watching it. Trying to see exactly what happened on the play.
Yeah, it looked like Trombley swung his stick there, and looked like the stick took him down there. So they're still discussing it here. So there might be a penalty from that play.
I mean, they could have awarded a penalty shot to Van Orsdale here, I think.
I don't think he was shooting though, so I don't think it would be a penalty shot, but it could be a penalty for sure.
Yeah.
And it is a penalty shot.
I was going to say, I thought that. I mean, certainly they were discussing it, and I thought that was going to happen, and this is huge. Really huge, though. 5:02 left here. Van Orsdale will get a penalty shot. So if you aren't watching this game right now, you better text your friends, friends, relatives, and tell them to tune in right now because we got a penalty shot. Van Orsdale scores this one. We got a good one here. It's the next 5:02 left here in this third period. Huge Section 7A game. Well, here we go. Van Orsdale against Logan Wright. Logan Wright's been perfect so far here in the game. 21 saves. Van Orsdale trying to change that right here on this penalty shot. Our first penalty shot that we've seen in our broadcast in our inaugural season. Don't see many of these across high school hockey, and got one here tonight. As we're going to get the okay. Well, here we go. Well, this is exciting. Especially if Van Orsdale can score here. Here's Van Orsdale, skates in. Van Orsdale shoots, and Logan Wright with the save. Huge save for Logan Wright. Great chance for the Golden Bears to pull within one. And Elliott just can't get it by him.
Yeah, that was obviously a huge chance, and Logan Wright makes a huge save. That's obviously a huge save, and it's still 2-0 in favor of the Greenway Raiders. 5:02 remaining here in this third period.
Van Orsdale takes a draw against Trombley. Van Orsdale wins that draw, kicks it towards the net here. Van Orsdale will still have it. Gets it back to Everson. Everson with a drive right on loose puck. Oh, sent in by Van Orsdale, but he's going to get tossed. As he hit the puck late. He hit it late there, and that's a penalty against the Golden Bears.
Back to 4-on-4 here. 44 seconds remaining on Christian Miller's penalty, and then Raiders will be back on the power play. So not a good penalty to take there for Van Orsdale of the Golden Bears.
No, tough time to take a penalty there, and Meyer will take the draw for the Bears against Vekic. Meyer wins it back to Jorgensen. Gets in the corner by Everson. Everson sends it out. Dumps the length of the ice here, and that's going to be the icing. As we're even strength here for the next 34 seconds. So 4:43 left here, period number 3. Greenway Raiders 2. The Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears 0. As Will Troutwine brings it through center. Troutwine takes a shot on here. Jorgensen to Trombley, to Donahue, to Vekic. Kopp trying to get here as Jorgensen sends it in for the Raiders. Will Troutwine behind the net here to get it. And sends it ahead, and that's going to be an icing. So don't forget, we've got more hockey coming up here this week. Friday night, we will be back at the historic Eveleth Hippodrome, where we will have Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears hosting the Breck Mustangs. That is Friday night. And then stay tuned for your calendar on Saturday. Possibly we'll have a game for you Saturday as well. Maybe Hibbing, Chisholm, and Sault St. Paul. And we'll announce that as we get closer to that day. Here's Donahue. And now is Jernander. Jernander now has it. It's 4:04 left here in period number 3. Jernander brings it through center ice. Jernander over to Vekic. Back to Miller. Miller to Jernander. Trombley with a shot right on. And Noah Shuck might have got a piece of that as it went out of play. So the Golden Bears have to make something happen here in the next 3 minutes and 50 seconds, Blake.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that they're on the penalty kill for 57 seconds here, so that's obviously tough for them, but they gotta take some risks here, and they gotta try to get within one here with 3:50 remaining in the third period.
And Budette has it over to Nick Troutwine. Sends it Schlottick. Flex off his stick and picked up his Trebojevic to Miller. Miller now brings it through center. Miller driving it in here. Miller drives a shot over the top of the net as Budette sends it out. Back to get it is Logan Wright. 27 seconds left on the power play for the Raiders. Trombley to Vekic. Vekic moving it in here. Vekic behind the net, wheeling around. Gets it to Trombley, back to Miller. Back to Trombley, over to Miller. Miller with a drive on, goes wide of the net here. Trombley will get another chance at it here. Trombley in the corner. Sends it back to Miller. Over to Trebojevic. Trebojevic to Jernander. To Trebojevic. Trebojevic, shot. Nice save by Noah Shuck there. As sent out by Schlottick as Trombley gets it to Jernander. Jernander and all will bring it in for the Raiders here. 2:33 left here, period number 3. And sent in, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Just like last year's team, this Greenway team moves the puck really well, especially on this top line. And with Christian Miller back on the point with Brock Trebojevic. Top line, along with those two D pairs, or that D pair, they move the puck really well, especially on the power play. And we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, definitely have seen that here tonight. The Raiders putting a solid effort on here in this big Section 7A game. Everson back to Trombley, the Troutwine. And Davidson had it for a moment. Sent out by the Bears as Miller picks it up. Miller brings it through center. Shuck will leave it for Everson. And Levander will send it out here. Jorgensen will get it here. Levander trying to make a move now down low. Davidson gets it out to center. Everson will pick it up. Everson to Levander. As Troutwine sends a shot right on. And another save by Logan Wright. His 25th save in this hockey game. So the Golden Bears are going to take a timeout here.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. The Rick's Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rick's Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rick's Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rick's Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. And here's an update from Hermantown. After 2 periods of play, it's the Hermantown Hawks 5, the Duluth Denfeld Hunters 1. So looks like Hermantown's handling the Hunters pretty well in that game.
Yeah, another big game here in Section 7A here tonight. And Van Orsdale against Trombley. Trebojevic gets over to Miller and dumps it out and sent back in by Everson, and we get a whistle. Stoppage of play is offside is a call. So 1:33 left here at period number 3. Noah Shuck getting ready to go to the bench here for the extra attacker for the Golden Bears if they can gain possession here.
Coming up next for the Raiders, they head west to take on the Moorhead Spuds and the East Grand Forks Greenway. Very tough road trip for the Raiders, and it will be a tough test for them.
Another big Western State swing for the Raiders. And Trombley now here. Trombley with trying to get over to Jernander here, and puck goes out of play.
Coming up next for the Golden Bears, they host the Proctor Rails for a Section 7A matchup Thursday night at the Eveleth Hippodrome. Then, of course, Friday night will be in Eveleth for the Breck Mustangs coming to town to take on the Golden Bears.
And Van Orsdale against Trombley. Van Orsdale to Everson. Everson to Will Troutwine. Will has it behind the net here. Sends it up to Meyer. Meyer brings it in for the Golden Bears. Meyer shot on. Meyer rebound chance. Second chance for Cole Meyer, and Logan makes both of those saves. They're here. Minute 4 left here in period number 3. As this is Everson sends it in the corner. 1 minute left here in period number 3. Here's Trombley now with it here. And puck goes out of play.
Goaltender Logan Wright's been very solid tonight. I mean, the Raiders would not have the lead right now if Logan Wright wasn't playing good in net tonight. He's just been very solid, and he's showing he can play like he did last year, taking them all the way to the state championship.
Yeah, 27 saves in this hockey game for Logan Wright. This Golden Bears put some pressure on here in this third, especially the third period here. Played a little bit better in the second period, and they put some pressure on in the third period, but the Raiders getting that difference on the scoreboard with a 2-0 lead here. 36 seconds left here, period number 3. As Trombley will take the draw against Van Orsdal. Trombley as Trbojevic get over to Meyer. Meyer keeps it in with Kopp. And Miller will get it out here as Jernander sends it through center, and we get an icing here, assessed.
And that's about going to do it here tonight. Only 18 seconds remaining. Raiders lead 2-0, so huge win for the Raiders here tonight against the Golden Bears. Big section win.
As Trbojevic has loose puck in front. Steered aside, and that'll come out as Everson. Oh, just hits the pipe there. Shot by the Raiders there, sent in, and that'll do it. The Greenway Raiders get the big Section 7A victory over the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears, 2-0.
Yeah, huge win for the Raiders. I mean, this really was a huge game for both teams. You know, they're battling for the third seed there with Duluth-Denfeld beating Greenway. It's going to be tough for the Raiders to get the 2 seed. That tough loss. So Eveleth-Gilbert hasn't played Duluth-Denfeld yet, so that will obviously be a big game for them when they play the Hunters. But, you know, this was a huge game battling for that third seed in Section 7A.
So goaltender saves in this hockey game tonight. Noah Shuck of the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears had 31 saves. And Logan Wright was perfect in the nets for the Greenway Raiders with 27 saves in that 2-0 shutout victory. So certainly stay tuned to our Instagram and Twitter page, as Up North Hockey, we will have our player of the game announced on there momentarily.
So here's your scoring summary from the third period. Scoring the goal at the 4:57 mark of the third period was number 6, Brock Trbojevic. He got an assist from number 23, Bodie Jorgensen, and number 8, Ben Trombley. That made it 2-0 for the Raiders, and that's our final score here tonight. So before we go here, here's a word from our sponsors, Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today.
And don't forget, our next broadcast will be Friday night from the historic Eveleth Hippodrome Arena. We will have coverage of the Breck Mustangs against the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears. That coming up on Friday night. That is our next broadcast. Well, fun one here tonight. Huge Section 7A game, Blake. And the Raiders keep that winning streak against the Golden Bears going here.
Yep, it wasn't as dominant as last year. Obviously, it was about 8-1 and 8-2 last year when these two teams met. So, you know, these teams are pretty even, I think. You know, Greenway is top. A couple lines are pretty decent. And, you know, Eveleth has just all-around solid team, top to bottom. Just really good depth on the Golden Bears. So, it's going to be fun when these two teams meet again. And that's going to be another big game over at the Eveleth Hippodrome. And we should be there for that one, as it should be another fun one between the Raiders and Golden Bears.
Yeah, of course, that'll be a big rematch over at the Hippodrome. The Golden Bears will try to turn the tide and try to split the season series with the Greenway Raiders. But the big win for the Raiders here tonight. Solid win, solid game. Again, Logan Wright playing great in between the pipes for the Raiders here tonight, making some big saves on the Golden Bears.
Yeah, I would say the chances were about even between both teams. Both teams had a ton of opportunities and chances, and it just a lot of the bounces and chances did not go Eveleth-Gilbert's way tonight. There was a lot of bouncing pucks, and there was one there where it was rolling down Logan Wright's leg, and it could have very well went in the net, but it went wide. So that's a part of the game, puck luck. But I thought Greenway played a very good game as well. They moved the puck well. They just played a very hard game, and they earned this win tonight, 2-0 over the Golden Bears.
So we'll see what happens now. We've got Friday night game coming up here. Golden Bears hosting the Breck Mustangs. That's our next broadcast coming up on Friday again. And that will do it for tonight. Blake, you can close out our broadcast here tonight from the Hodgkins-Barato Arena.
Yeah, we thank everyone for joining us on today's broadcast. We had a lot of people watching. It was a fun game, and we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. So, final score, once again, here from Coleraine, it's the Greenway Raiders 2, the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears 0. Join us Friday night for another Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears game as they host the Breck Mustangs at the Eveleth Hippodrome. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.